Hare Krishna. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmulitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sah Shri Vishakhanvitam Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shri Bhate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So welcome to the day 2 which we have already started. So we listened to Srila Prabhupada when he was talking about the preface particular book. So that is the chapter which we are covering, preface of this particular book. So let us start by offering our obeisances to the Shad Goswamis and especially to Rupa Goswami, because without his blessings nothing is possible. Nana Shastra Vicharnika Nipanau Sadadharma Sansthapakou Lokanam Hitakarinau Tribhuvane Manyau Sharanya Karau Radha Krishna Padar Vinda Bhajananandena Likau Vande Rupa Sanatanu Raghuyugau Shri Jiva Gopalakau. It is very important that we take their shelter, and hence we say, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Sanatan Goswami, Shri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami and Shri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental living service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. So just a summarization of what we saw yesterday, few important aspects. One of the important aspects was why we are Rupanugas, because we are the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami. So Rupa denotes Sri Rupa Goswami and Anuga means one who is following. So whatever discussions we are doing under the supervision of Srila Rupa Goswami. We are called Rupanugas because we are the followers. We have to follow our predecessors, then only we will be successful. As far as the Srila Rupa Goswami ji is concerned, it's very important, and so we are again revising it. In Gaur Ganodesh Deepika, Sri Rupa Goswami is described to be the gopi named Sri Rupa Manjari. So in Golok Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani is lovingly served by the 8 principal gopis, of which Lalita Sakhi is the dearest friend. These intimate maidservants are assisted by the 8 main manjaris, as Sri Rupa Manjari is the leader. So they please the divine couple by carrying messages, preparing beverages, stringing together the fragrant flowers and preparing garlands. So in spiritual forms as maidservants, manjaris, the 6 Goswamis plus Loknath and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami comprise the inner circle of the manjaris. So that is the importance of Srila Rupa Goswami. So this is something which we have discussed yesterday, and I have also shared in the group, so you can go through it. So again, to be reminding ourselves why this book is important is, just like when Brahmaji was to be given the Vedic knowledge, so Lord enlightened the heart of Lord Brahma with details of creation. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu impregnated the heart of Rupa Goswami with spiritual potency, and it is by this potency that Srila Rupa Goswami could revive the activities of Krishna in Vrindavan, which were actually nearly lost to the memory. So this is how he has an important role which he played in spreading of the Krishna consciousness throughout the world. So we offered our prayers to the Goswamis as well. So this prayer also we have seen yesterday. So now coming to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So what is the meaning of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? So Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, if you see, the Sanskrit word is coming from Bhakti Rasa, Amrita and Sindhu. So Bhakti means, Rasa means mellow, or also sometimes it is called as relationship. Amrita means nectar or eternal, and Sindhu is the ocean. So Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Sanskrit word, so the shortcut for translation would be Nectar of Devotion. Rupa Goswami's purpose is to present this ocean of Bhakti Rasa, and Rasa means mellow, the juice. So it is like a ocean. This ocean has limitation which we see in the material world, but the ocean of devotion, that is unlimited. So we have to understand if this small ocean, which when we go to the seashores and we try to see the oceans, we see that there's no end to it. At some point or the other, we find that the sea, the ocean water and the sky, they are merging together. So we feel it is so big, but still it has an end at some place or the other. But when it comes to Bhakti, devotion, it is unlimited. And that is what is important to understand. And that is why this book was named as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami ji, and even when Prabhupada ji translated it, he purely translated it as Nectar of Devotion. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he himself had also compared Bhakti to a great ocean. So when he was speaking to Rupa Goswami, he said, Bhakti is just like an ocean. I'll take a drop of it and you taste it and you'll understand what is this ocean. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu described only a small portion of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. The devotional service, the bhakti, the mellow, it is a test, and that test is eternal. Amrita, it's never ending, it's perpetual. And that is what Rupa Goswami ji, having understood, has written about everything here. When the question comes of what do we mean by rasa, so Prabhupada ji has described even that. So if you go to page number 12 and 13 of the preface of Nectar of Devotion, you'll find Prabhupada ji mentioning two important aspects. Every service has some attractive feature which drives the servitor progressively on and on and on. Similarly, that force which drives the philanthropist, the householder, the nationalist is called rasa, or a kind of mellow relationship whose taste is very sweet. Even in today's world, if we see, we find many a times that even if we are troubled, even if we are getting tired, still we continue doing some work so that we keep on earning money, because we find something attractive in that particular activity. We feel stress-free. We feel that we are doing something productive. So that mellow, that relationship which we develop with some kind, that is rasa. So for an army man, it would be, yes, I'm protecting my motherland. That is a rasa for an army. Someone who is a philanthropist, I'm donating. And in that donation, he finds that rasa, that mellow. So rasa means the mellow or the relationship. Again, if you see, rasa has two aspects, which Prabhupada ji mentioned on page number 13 in preface itself. So it can be chapala sukha. So for a moment it will be there and then it will just vanish. Or other aspect is the relish or the taste. It will never be long, because it is mundane. It is material in nature. So it does not last long at all. And second aspect is bhoga tyaga. So it's alternation. Sometimes we enjoy, sometimes we renounce. We enjoy, we renounce. So at times we are bhoga and at times we are tyaga. So whether it's Chapala Sukha, if it is material related, then it is definitely going to be limited and it will end one day or the other. But Bhakti Rasa is something which is unlimited and which can never end. So these are the important aspects about Rasa which Prabhupada ji has mentioned on page number 12 and 13. Then he talks about Amrita in the preface, which comes on page number 14 and 15. So about Amrita, Prabhupada ji mentions on page 14 important aspect. Bhakti Rasa, however, the Mellow released in transcendental loving service of the Lord does not finish with the end of life. It continues perpetually and is therefore called Amrita, that which does not die but exists eternally. We are going to be starting the next series of Bhagavatam from tomorrow, and there we are going to be talking about the Mohini avatar of Krishna. So there was war between demons and the gods of who will get the nectar, the Amrita. So because they knew the moment they take it, they will never die. So similarly, Bhakti Rasa is something which continues. This physical body may end, but the spirit soul which has got that relationship with that Bhakti Rasa, that spirit soul carries that Rasa continuously, even when they are doing the Dehantara. So it is called as eternal, perpetual. Prabhupada ji further mentions, any action performed for the satisfaction of Krishna, this transcendental Bhakti Rasa stage of life can be relished perpetually. When one is thus engaged in devotional service, all varieties of rasas or billows turn into eternity. So this is something which we have to be talking about, and this is something which we have to be focusing about and developing over the long run. So this is Bhakti Rasa, Amrita and Sindhu, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started talking, and Srila Rupa Goswami wrote, and then Prabhupada ji translated. So Prabhupada ji, as Mataji mentioned also yesterday also, NOD is a law book. So it tells you how to perform your bhakti so that you don't make any kind of a mistake. Each country has a constitution. There are certain set rules and regulations. So similarly for bhakti, the constitution is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu or Nectar of Devotion. This presents bhakti, this presents the devotional service in a scientific manner so that we automatically become pure devotees. So as I said in the introductory talk, the journey from being a, what I will say, Kanishta Adhikari to a Uttam Adhikari and then to become a pure devotional service. That is a journey which this book is going to teach us what is real bhakti. So with this, we'll know who the real bhakti is, who are fit, whom we should associate. Because Prabhupada ji has said, ABCD is the solution for getting out of the repeated cycles of birth, old age, disease and death. So this book is going to help us. So this is what all is there in the preface. So what we have covered is, we have covered about the life, the history and significance of Srila Rupa Goswami. What we have to remember is, he got the enlightenment directly from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is an incarnation, and that is how he got that knowledge, and he revived all the scriptures and all the places associated with Krishna in Vrindavana. Coming to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, as Mataji is asking, I am again reiterating because this is an important aspect. Bhakti means devotion. As we have been understanding, everyone has the attitude of being a servant. That is something which we carry right from Golok Vrindavan. Unfortunately, when we have been serving Krishna in Golok Vrindavan, somehow or the other that ego got, what I'll say, in our way, and we thought why only Krishna should enjoy. Krishna tried to explain us, no, you should not think like this, but we still think. So Krishna says, okay, I create a world for you, you try to enjoy there. But then he is so good that he comes along with us as Paramatma. And the moment we understand, yes, this is wrong, we decide that no, we have to go back to our original position of being a devotee, of being a servant to Krishna, the Paramatma pushes us towards bhakti. So bhakti is our natural position, our natural attitude, and bhakti has to be something which has to be to the original supreme personality of Godhead. Rasa means mellow or relationship. So everyone has got something which drives us to do something or the other. So bhakti is an association, our relationship with Krishna, that is being established by bhakti. So that is the mellow that we get out of bhakti. Amrita, because this is not going to end with this material body, it is going to continue with our soul even to the next body if unfortunately we have to take. That is why it is perpetual, because bhakti never ends with what we end. It starts from where we left it. So next life, if unfortunately we have to take, we'll progress from where we have had to leave it in this lifetime. And that is why it is Amrita and Sindhu, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, this is an ocean, an open ocean where there is complete, eternal, perpetual happiness. So you have to cross this ocean, you have to come into this bhakti ocean, and then you will get everything. And that is how the name of the book came as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And we have also seen in these first 2 days about how Prabhupada ji has wrote Nectar of Devotion. He got the inspiration directly from Srila Rupa Goswami. He himself, when he had taken a sannyasa, stayed at Radha Damodar temple near the Samadhi, and he got the what I'll say enlightenment to do these translations. And in all the lectures that he has taken on this particular topic, as we saw even in today, he has clearly mentioned that this is the book which is the law book, which is the constitution, which we have to follow. And if we follow, then we will be definitely successful. No one can stop us in going back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for attending the first 2 sessions. So this is how this whole series is going to continue every day, every Saturday and Sunday, not every day. So we'll be having these sessions. It will be a mixture of presentations. It will be a mixture of discussions. It will be a mixture of series of Prabhupada ji on this particular book. What we also have to additionally do is we have to start reading the book. So in first 2 days, what we have covered is the preface part of the book. So these are only 15 pages. So I request everyone, if you have already got the book, it is great. If you have not got the book, then what I will do is I'll share the soft copy with you on the chat box right now of this particular preface, so that you can read it in the coming 5 days. And once you have read it, you can, whatever questions you may have, please ask directly on WhatsApp. So when we come for the 3rd session, which will be on next Saturday, we'll try as part of the presentation while we move to the introduction lesson of the book. Hare Krishna. Thank you.